Sonic Unleashed. It's one of the most loved Sonic games out of all of them. And the main reason for that is how exhilarating the daytime stages are. But that's not why I'm here today. I'm here to talk about the night stages. Before I start off this video is not about the Wii or the PS2 version of the game. This video is about the Xbox 360 version and the PS3 version of the game. Also, I actually enjoyed the Werehog stages, for the most part. A common criticism for the night, or also known as the Werehog stages, is that they take up 70% of the whole game. This is true, but it doesn't take away from the enjoyability of the levels. But you may ask, what's enjoyable about the levels? To answer that, I'll tell you what the Werehog stages consist of. There's two things that you do in the nighttime stages: combat and platforming. The combat is a little slow at first, and the reason for that is you have no combos. And that's because the way you get combos is at the end of a level. You have to upgrade your stats. And the one that gives you combos is combat. And to do that, you need to kill enemies. And then they'll drop the yellow crystal, and that is XP. Now, onto the platforming. These are usually fun, especially when you have to swing. I don't really like when you have to balance on the beams, though. That sucks. But at least you can jump to speed things up. I'm not sure if it was just me, but in the Werehog stages, I had a lock-on issue. Now, I've been praising these levels a lot, but this game's only playable character is Sonic. And Sonic is supposed to go fast. The Werehog stages are the opposite of fast. It almost reminds me of Amy in Sonic Adventure. I'm talking about the speed, not the enjoyability of the level. The levels are very long, and why the levels are so long is mostly due to the combat. And don't get me wrong, I like the combat, but they should have at least added another fighting music. Every time, in a daytime level when I'm fighting enemies, you don't hear. I would say that it plays during combat since the night stages are focused on combat, but that just shows why they don't fit even more. Also, it includes nothing to represent daytime Sonic, or just regular Sonic in general. What I mean by that is it doesn't have the same enemies, doesn't have springs, it doesn't have grind rails. Only sometimes it has the same enemies, but usually it's those Gaia things, and that's just more reason why they don't fit. But I do think the bosses fit into this game, except for this one. It's not even high speed, not high action, it's just pushing blocks around. Most of the bosses have something you normally see in a Sonic game, like hitting its weak points, not being able to hit it as much as you want, which is not a good way to design bosses. I also think it's weird that there's a bunch of quick time events during the bosses, which I guess fits in because this game is littered with quick time events, but I think that's enough. I hope you enjoyed this short video on my views of Sonic Unleashed Werehog stages, and goodbye.